Hello guys, I am really sorry. I've just been so busy, so it took me a while to be able to finally do the video. Thank you so much to everyone that sent in their questions. So what I did is I got my team to select the 10 most popular questions or the 10 most interesting questions that a lot of people were asking. So I haven't seen the questions that they selected. I'm going to be seeing them now for the first time, and I'm going to try my best to answer them as honest as I can. Okay. Question number 1, do you have children? I do have one child that I know of. Yeah, I do. I have one son. He's 12 years old. He's also a comedian.
Just take a picture of my face and say you went to Trevor Noah show.
I tour with him a lot. I travel with him a lot. And yeah, I have one son. Where do you live? To be honest, I don't know where I live. I have an address where I receive my mail. Actually, I have 2 permanent addresses where I receive my mail in 2 different countries, but I don't know where I live. I live where there is work. I used to say I follow the sun, but for the past 2 months I've been stuck in Canada in freezing snow, so I don't think I qualify as following the sun anymore. So I live where there is work. I live around the world, from KwaMashu to the world. Is Thenjiwe your real name, and what does it mean? Yes, a lot of people don't think Thenjiwe is my name. Thenjiwe is my name. It is my real name, the name that was given to me when I was born. It's my only name, my only official name. It's my name. I used to have another name, which I was given to by my school teacher, who thought that you shouldn't go to school unless you had an English name or a Christian name. But when I was 9, my grandmother took me to Home Affairs and just removed it, which I'm very grateful for. I don't even want to tell you what that name was. It wasn't a bad name. It's actually a translation of Thenjiwe, but why should I have an English name? Do you ever meet a John who's also Ngobani? No. So I'm very happy to just have my one name. And then as a teenager, I had another name which was Tevashni, but that's because I went to English. I went to an Indian school, and everyone just called me Tevashni. So a lot of people know me as Tevashni, but Thenjiwe is my name. The meaning of Thenjiwe. My mother had me when she was in matric. Matric is the final year of school in South Africa, and they really had hopes for her to go to university, to be very successful. She was the one they trusted to be successful amongst everyone in the family. But instead, she got me. So there was a choice of 2 names. My grandfather wanted me to be matric or diploma. And then my grandmother just wanted me to be Nonkululeko, which means freedom. And my grandfather was like, no, we are not calling her freedom. We are going to call her Thenjiwe because she's ruined the life of the one we trusted. So the trusted one doesn't refer to me. It refers to my mother, who was trusted, who was the honest one. But instead, she went, and I was born in September, so she conceived me on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, around that time, because I was born September 29th. Next question. How did your family take the news that you were leaving law for comedy, and do you regret going to law school? Okay, this is 2 questions in one. I'll start with the last part. Do I regret going to law school? Not at all. I got to learn a lot. For those who don't know, I studied law in London, and I quit being a lawyer for comedy, basically. But I don't regret even 1 second of law school. I learned a lot, and I always encourage anyone, however talented you are, go to school. Go to school, go to school. I don't regret going to school at all. First part of the question, how did your family take the news that you were leaving law for comedy? They didn't take it well. They thought I was mad, they thought I was stupid, but they gave me their blessings. Do what you want to do, and when you are ready to go back to law, go back. They didn't know that I was living forever. Especially my grandmother. Like, number 1, her main problem. she doesn't understand what comedy is. For her, I think she thinks it's some sort of prostitution, because it's like you go out at night, you just stand in front of people and talk and they pay you. And she's been funny all her life. We have many funny people where I come from. We have a lot of funny people in my family. So she doesn't understand who would pay just to listen to you telling us jokes. No, there must be something else you are doing. And it's, you know, comedy is mostly in clubs, it's mostly at night, it's a weekend. And so but then she's very happy when she sees me on television, because now she can go back to church and pray for me. Because there was a period where she couldn't pray for me, because you know, black parents, they pray out loud. So she used to pray for her granddaughter, who's a lawyer in London. And then I became a comedian. So what was she gonna pray out loud for? She was very embarrassed, seriously, at church. Like she would tell me this. And then when she starts seeing me on TV, now she has something she can pray about. She doesn't call it boasting, she calls it praying. So yeah. And how do you give back to the community? And if you do participate in charity, which one and why? Number one, I don't believe that if you participate in charity, you should boast about it. Like if you do something for me, something nice, if you buy me food, then it embarrasses me when you're going to go around telling everyone that I'm eating because of you. That's why I'm not very loud about what I do. But a lot of people, especially those who come to my shows, they know that I'm very passionate about a girl child. I do have a charity where we collect sanitary pads, especially for girls from families that can't afford, because I know I was once that girl. I went to school with those girls. And when you talk to the girls, there is a big need for sanitary pad and for sex education. So I'm very involved in that. In South Africa, in 2018, we have girls who are still using grass, who are still missing 7 days of school every month just because they have their period. And if your parents can't afford to buy bread or school shoes for you, how are they going to afford sanitary pads? There are still villages where there is no shop that sells sanitary pads. So I'm very involved in that, and I'm very big in campaigning for the government to give free sanitary pads, because I believe if they can give free condoms, they should be able to afford to give free sanitary pads, because we choose to have sex, but we don't choose to have that time of the month as women. So those are the charities I'm very passionate about. And when people come to my shows, they know that they always bring like boxes of pads, and I always encourage people not to go for a big charity organization. Just the girl next door. We all know someone who needs. Just buy a box of pads or tampons and give it to that homeless lady. Because just because she's homeless doesn't mean she's no longer a woman. She still has needs. So I'm very passionate about that. And I'm very passionate about teaching a boy child about things that happen to women. Because those are boys that are going to be fathers. Those are boys that are going to have wives. So if they don't know what happens, we want to have a different generations. We want our daughters to be able to ask their husbands to buy them a box of tampons without being embarrassed or feeling like it's an embarrassing thing. So it's up to us to teach the boys about those things. And also I do buy a few school uniforms for some children that I know that are needy. And I believe every African person is doing their part, their bit in charity. Whether it means you're buying food for your mother, whether it means you're the one who extended your parents' homes, whether it means you're sending your sister to school. Charity begins at home, and the charity you do at home is still charity. So yeah, and I believe everyone should really give back. And everyone I know, every black person that I know of, yes, they do give back, and yes, I do give back too. Okay, next question. If you could give your younger self any advice, what would it be? There's so much. There are so many things I would love to tell my younger self. But most of all is listen to your elders. They know what they're doing. They've lived, they've walked this journey before. And there's a reason why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen more than you Kuluma. And secondly, wait. Don't rush into things. Don't rush into things. Like, I wish I could go back and get back my virginity from where I left it. Hold on to it until I find the right partner, or hold on to it and take it to my grave. Sex is overrated. Sex is overrated. Sex is overrated, but wait, I wish I could have held on to it. I wish I could have waited before I gave up my virginity. And I was 21 when I had sex for the first time, but I still think it was too soon. It was too early. I was too young. I didn't know what I was doing. And also, it's a lot to do with peer pressure. Don't listen to your friends. They don't know. They're just as stupid as you are as a young child, as a teenager or whatever. Listen to your elders and hold on to your virginity. Oh, next question. Does your sense of humor ever get you into trouble? Yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. And it's been getting me into trouble, like from when I was young. I remember when we were in school, one of my friends that we went to school with, we went to Indian schools, and South Africans will know the difference. I'm not going to explain the story. I went to a school in Phoenix, and one of my schoolmates who had missed but a couple of days in school, and then so when we met in a bus, and then he remembered that he hadn't brought the letter that his mother had written for the school to say why he was absent. So he asked me to quickly write a letter, which I did, and we put in an envelope, took it to the teacher, gave the teacher. The next thing, he's been called to come to the front of the assembly and read the letter out loud for the whole school. And what I had written was, I am so sorry that so-and-so was not in school for the past 2 days. He was suffering from period pains. Yo, the whole school laughed at him. Did he beat me up? Did that boy beat me up? So my sense of humor, yeah, I've got stories, I've got scars. But I don't care, as long as it made me laugh. I was okay. Next question. What is something you wish you were gifted at doing? Singing. How I wish I could sing. You know, at home, they always laugh at me because I'm the only one who cannot sing. Well, I sing, but it just sounds like I'm crying. And can you believe that at church, my pastor, my own pastor, told me to sing with my heart? Because if I sing out loud, I'm disturbing the whole church. He came to me and said, Thenjiwe, you can sing with your heart. God will still hear you. Because the way you are singing now, everyone who's coming past the church is going to think we are having a funeral. I wish I could sing. And when I go to heaven, I'm going to ask God, why me? Why couldn't I sing? It's not fair. Next question. How much is it to subscribe to your YouTube channel? Oh, I get this question all the time. Some people are like, I'd like to subscribe, but I'm just sorting some things. You know, when I get my money, I will subscribe. I'd like to subscribe. I'm waiting for my bonus or my stock. YouTube is free. You subscribe, it's like press a button. I know in South Africa, we are such a credit country. We think everything is on credit. We think, there's a catch. Why is it free? Why is it free? Nothing for mahal. YouTube is free. Just press subscribe. That's all. It's the same YouTube you are watching. You just subscribe so that you can get notifications every time there's a new video. Okay, next question. Did you break up with Fly Motion? We used to enjoy watching YouTube. We used to enjoy watching you guys together. Oh, guys, Fly Motion and I, we did not break up. And he is still my husband. But for those of you who think he's my real husband, no, he's not. We act together as boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife. We do a lot of comedy skits together, but he's not my real life husband. And we did not break up. There's nothing nothing happened to our friendship. We're still very close. We speak like at least 3 times a week. It's just that because he's now in KZN doing radio every day, I'm always in different places as well. So it's very hard for us to make time to come together and shoot and do things. But we are definitely going to do something before the end of the year. We're going to make sure that we make time to do something. And what we are working on, everybody's just going to love. We are working on something even more funnier. The last time I was pregnant. So I'm still pregnant. Just wait to see our baby. He might be born with a beard. He might be born with a full set of teeth. I don't know. I don't know what happens when you've been pregnant for 17 months. So just wait and see. Okay, last and final question. As Judge Thenjiwe, based on real cases, and what can I do to bring my case to your court? Judge Thenjiwe is a sitcom that is based in a courtroom. Yes, the cases are based on real situations that do happen around the world, especially in South Africa, but it is not like real people just bringing their real cases to court. So if you have a case or a situation that you would like us to look at and see if we can like incorporate it with our script for next season, yes, you are welcome. But no, don't start bringing your neighbors and saying, no, her dog made my dog pregnant, I want lobola. No, we're not doing that. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If there is any question that you think I should have answered or anything that I didn't answer to your satisfaction, please let me know below in the comment section. And do not forget to press the subscribe button, please. It's free. Mahala. Thank you.